This week on the podcast, we've written songs about Basket Case. And I think it's great that we get to see the origin of the kid from Mask.
Robbie. That's rude. Belial Dennis.
Bradley. Oh, yeah, because his name is Rocky Dennis. I was
Yeah,
like, what? Hello, and welcome to the Royds Review Podcast. I'm Rob.
And I'm Andy.
And we are back once again talking about 1982's Basket Case. Andy, that thing looks like your face.
That's so fucking rude.
Yeah, but you know what happened? I fucked up the rhyme. Because I meant to say we're doing Basket Case from 1982. Andy, Belial looks like you.
Okay.
But I goofed it, so I had to come up with one on the spot, and I thought I did pretty well. I thought I recovered quite well.
Interesting.
Do you not think I recovered well, Andy?
I think you did great, Robbie. I think you did great. But you also hurt my feelings in the process.
No, you like being insulted.
You know I do.
Oh
yeah, it got weird, huh?
Yeah, I didn't like this anymore. It was fun when I was doing it.
Right. Well, that's what I'm here to do. I'm here to take the joy out of what you do.
Good.
Yeah.
You're just like my father.
Ooh.
Andy, how are you doing?
I'm good, Robbie. How about you?
I'm doing well. Have you seen Basket Case before?
I hadn't seen it, and I've never even heard of Basket Case until you suggested it.
I watched a YouTube video on it. I think it was the Justin Wang video. It was definitely Justin Wang video. It was a Justin Wang video on Basket Case. And I was like, that's really interesting. And I threw it in here for, sheesh, I'm so scared my pants turned brown Katober.
Oh, no. What year would you say that this movie came out?
I would say this came out in the year of our Megazord, 1982.
Wow, that's when Columbus sailed the ocean blue.
That isn't true. Oh, shit, the rhymes are going to keep coming.
Shit, brother. Yeah. Fuck. Never mind. They're not. The box office draw of Basket Case is lost to time. I've searched the internet far and wide. And they just say, we don't know. Nobody knows. So, I mean, you want to play this game that we play where you just give me a number?
Sure. Let's go number 86.
86. Damn, son.
First
86.
number that pops into my little baby noggin.
Peter Pan.
There's a Peter Pan in 1982.
Yeah. I'm sorry. 1982 re-release.
Oh.
It made $7 million.
Okay. What was number 46?
Number 46. That would be Six Pack. That's what I have.
You do. You're
in the
fucking...
fridge, brother.
I thought
you know
you
what I'm saying?
Talking about your ripped bod.
Nah, brother. I've got an 11 pack. It's an odd number.
That's weird. You have one like right at the top, like in the center?
And I got one like on my forehead.
Oh, I noticed that. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
All right, so it's not a tumor.
I've been working out my forehead, just doing eyebrow lifts, you know?
So you developed an ab?
Yep.
I'd say that's abnormal.
Robbie, you dog. You know, previous episode, The Thing, is number 43. $19 million.
That was a previous spooky I'm so scared Katober episode.
Yeah, I remember it because I shit my jorts.
Did you?
Yeah.
It was I shit my George Katober.
It certainly was, Robbie. It's one of my favorite movies.
John Cena once shit his jorts in the ring.
We've all been there.
I've never stepped foot in a wrestling ring.
No, I mean just shit in your jorts.
Oh, fair enough. Fair point. Fair point. What was number 30?
I'm so glad you asked, because it was Fast Times at Ridgemont High with...
I've never seen it.
Me neither. $27 million.
Wow. What was number 15? Let's get that right in half. What was number 15, Andy?
15 is Conan the Barbarian. I almost said Conan the O'Brien.
Conan the Barbarian.
Yeah, with $39 million.
Hit me with the top 5.
Certainly, Robbie. Number 5 is An Officer and a Gentleman with $108 million.
That just describes me.
You're an officer?
Yep. An officer of love.
Nice, brother. Number 4 is On Golden Pond.
Oh, it's just a piss kink movie.
Yeah. It's just standing on... It's Jesus walking on piss.
Ooh. Oh,
this
shit.
Is on Golden Pond, you know? $118 million. Number 3 is Rocky 3 with $124 million.
Man, Hulk Hogan's here, man. Oh, man.
This is Adrian again. That's what he does. Number 2 is previous episode Raiders of the Lost Ark with $190 million.
Raiders of the Lost Clark. They're like, we've lost Superman.
Oh, no. Speaking of Superman, number 1 is E.T.
Oh.
Yeah. Had you going there for a second, didn't I?
You did.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a weird...
I'm a real Belial, Robbie. I'm just a little creep.
Well, I'd say you're a real Belial because you misled me, Andy, and it hurt my feelings.
Wow. Well, E.T. grossed the most by far with $314 million. Smash hit.
Gross with the most.
Yeah.
Who would you rather, Belial or E.T.?
E.T., I think. Because remember in E.T. when he dresses up like a girl, he's looking pretty good.
That's fair. He also doesn't have the fangs.
Yeah, he's also not murderous, you know?
Yeah. Hey, should we talk about the movie that we're here to talk about, Basket Case?
I think that would be very appropriate.
I agree that would be appropriate for this juncture. I love that this film is presented by the MoMA.
Yeah, didn't expect that.
No, me neither.
This was, like, I found, like, even in the beginning, I was like, oh, this is cheap. This is a cheap movie.
Yeah.
And at the end of it, like, I watched it with my wife, and it was funny because she was like, I'm gonna go to bed. I'm really tired. I was like, all right, I gotta watch Basket Case. And she was like, all right. And she just sat there and, like, she stayed the whole time.
Yeah, we've all been there.
Yeah, and then at the end we were like, what the fuck was that? And we were talking about it, and then we were both like, but I liked it though. Like I really liked it.
Right? It was a lot of fun.
It's like, what the fuck even was that? But also, I really liked it.
What service did you watch it on?
Tubi.
Okay. I downloaded an app I've never heard of onto my television to watch this. I downloaded Midnight Pulp.
Interesting.
And it's all these really bizarre movies, including Skinamax. They have a whole section called Skinamax. Which, let me tell you, brother, Hog was cranked.
Isn't it softcore porn?
Yeah, it's boobies.
Yeah, sure. I just, used to, when I was a kid, and you come across that shit, you're like, oh, shit.
I used to get really invested in the stories in those, like Lord of the G-String.
Wow. I remember seeing a lot of boom mics in the shots.
I remember a lot of boob mics.
Hey, they got mics on the boobies.
Yeah.
Pick up any cleavage sounds.
I like that we have very minimal credits because it's just a guy leaving a house with some red text.
Yeah, well, there's minimal credits because like 7 people worked on it.
I know. Which, I read this on IMDb, but apparently they added fake names at the end credits just to make them longer.
Yeah.
Which is insane.
There's made up names.
The guy is frightened by a noise. Something is moving around in the trees. He runs back into the house, very much like a bitch.
Robbie.
Come on, you go out and fight that thing.
Well, we'll get into it, but I have some questions.
Well, yeah. He calls the cops. I gotta say, rotary phones were so inconvenient. The amount of time it took for him to dial 911 is insane.
Yeah. Yeah.
Rotary phones were the cause of so many deaths.
Oh, for sure. For sure. I used to have a rotary phone in my parents' old house.
Oh yeah, they're fun to play with.
Yeah. I'd always call 911.
That's stupid, dude.
Yeah, I was like, "What's up, guys?" They were like, "This is an emergency line." I was like, "Oh, let's just shoot the shit."
And I'm gonna be bored to death soon.
Yeah. It's an emergency how unentertained I am right now.
It says to death, I'll die. Something cuts the telephone line. It then turns off the power to the whole house as the guy is getting his gun. He is understandably terrified, and he shoots blindly into the dark, emptying the clip into nothing, which I think is what the NRA would have taught you to do.
Correct. I kind of like how the shadow seems to be moving things. That was pretty cool.
I like the POV in this movie.
Yeah.
Getting in the mind of this creepy little guy.
Yeah, this thing, this creature, this monster.
This Andy.
Robbie.
Something inevitably just eats his face, basically. Or bites him to death. He doesn't seem to be eating the people, but he certainly bites them until they die.
Yeah, and like rips them apart with his hands, I guess.
I guess.
His grubby little hands.
Get those claws for like pulled pork so we can really slice them up Wolverine style.
Yeah.
We're now in the big city. We see Duane. He's walking past some peep shows and he's carrying a large wicker basket. This dude comes up to him and he just starts offering him drugs because we used to be a proper country. This is before Giuliani ruined the fucking city.
Yeah. Yeah, he has every drug imaginable.
Yes, he does.
And I like how he's just rattling it off, and then at the end, he's like, without taking a breath, he's like, "What the fuck is wrong with you?"
Yeah.
Like, why aren't you listening to me?
Why aren't you buying my drugs?
Yeah.
Duane goes into the Hotel Broslin. It's $20 a night. These old dudes at the front are hilarious.
Yeah, I think my favorite character in the movie is the main hotel guy.
Little Mario-looking guy?
Yeah, I love him.
He's so funny.
He's great.
This isn't a hotel.
It's a madhouse.
Yeah.
Also, $20 for a room in Manhattan? Those were the days, Robbie.
Those were the...
Just abandoned it.
Yeah. Duane goes up to his room. Some creepy lady stops him and tells some rambling story about an elderly lady who lived in the room he's staying in, and she just disappeared or something.
And then she leaves.
Yeah, that never comes back.
Yeah, and I kind of like that because they do establish, like, this is a hotel for weirdos.
Yeah. But then when we see the other people later on, a lot of them just seem very normal.
Yeah. I mean, the hooker seems to be the most normal.
Yes. Yeah. Duane gets into his room and he feeds whatever is in his basket burgers. I have a question. Why did he remove the bun from the first burger? But the next two, he didn't even take them out of the wrapper. He just threw them in.
Yeah. I think maybe Belial is counting calories.
So he's gonna just have them eat on one, but the rest of them he's gonna eat the foil, brother.
Yeah. He's like, Well, take the bun off for the carbs, and then leave the bun on with the tin foil. I got nothing.
Ah,
No.
he's like, I want to line my tummy with aluminum foil so the aliens cannot see in to my tummy.
That is flawless logic. Also, I certainly hope the little guy doesn't have any fillings, because that would be rough.
Real quick, thank you so much for listening. If you want to send us some feedback, send us an email at roydsreview@gmail.com. That's ROYDSREVUE@gmail.com.
You could also find our music on Spotify, iTunes, wherever you get your music, by searching The Royds. That's ROYDS. We have 2 albums and a Christmas song. Hope you like it.
I don't know. I have fillings. I've never had the urge to just bite down on aluminum foil.
Well, back in the day, they'd fill it with like metal.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So you'd have my parents would say, like, if you bite down on aluminum foil, it'll shoot like a pain to your the tip of your penis.
That's weird.
Yeah.
They also say that if you put foil on like a cabinet or something, it'll keep your cat off of it. Not true, brother. My cat doesn't give a fuck if you put foil up there.
I've never heard that.
He's like, I'll roll this into a ball and play with it myself. And it's like, fuck, he's good. He's cool.
Damn, that's a cat.
Yeah. Duane looks through some medical stuff. He can't find a name that he's looking for. That night, Basket Creature is talking to Duane, but he just wants to sleep. I like that we can't hear the creature at all.
Yes, that's very cool.
And then we find out that it's totally telepathic later on.
Yeah, because they were connected.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's cool. That's cool. I also like how the documents are covered in blood, so we know that this guy was involved in whatever happened in the beginning.
Yes.
And yeah, that's cool. I think that this movie is both like schlock, and I think it's a little more. I think it's a little more than that.
I think so. We're gonna get into what I think really shines pretty soon in this movie.
Yeah.
But you're absolutely right with the schlock. But this, like you said, I had a good time with this. I had a really fun time.
Yeah.
Like, I cannot complain about this movie, especially because it's a clean 91 minutes, brother.
Hell yeah, brother.
The next morning, a guy starts looking into Duane's room. Casey, the prostitute, tells him to fuck off. She knocks on Duane's door. She tells him about the guy looking into the keyhole. Duane takes the basket to the doctor. The fact that the doctor's name is Dr. Needleman, hilarious.
Yes. This is where, I mean, throughout the whole thing, the dialogue is something. It's certainly something.
Yeah. The acting and the dialogue are both there.
Yeah, you know what's funny is I had some family over, and I was talking. My uncle is apparently a big fan of this movie, and
is it the one who did the artwork for Roid Rage?
It sure is.
That doesn't surprise me one bit.
It tracks. But if you're listening, shout out to my Uncle Donald, and thanks for the artwork.
It's sick. It's genuinely great.
Yeah, and my other uncle was like, "Oh, I've never heard of that. Who's in it?" And I was like, "There is no one of note in this." Like, if I told you, you would have no. Like, when I looked at the Wikipedia, nobody's names were blue. You know, they don't have other work, and if they do, it's less famous than Basket Case.
Some lady is at the doctor. She's talking to the receptionist, and she's just complaining that she got the wrong prescription twice. It's like, okay.
Yeah, there's something off about the receptionist, but I don't know if it's intentional.
I don't know if it's intentional. I think she's just stupid.
Yeah, well, she's like, she mimics a mouse for far too long.
I know.
Far too long. Where it's like, oh, this is a crazy person.
Duane walks up and she's immediately like, "Oh, you're the typewriter repairman." What?
Yeah.
He's carrying a wicker basket. I thought those were your tools. In a wicker basket?
Yeah. Also, just a wicker basket with a metal lock is very funny to me.
I know.
Because which later happens, you could just rip that thing off. It's a wicker basket.
And this receptionist, Sharon, is fucking mortified when Duane hasn't seen all these New York City landmarks.
Yeah, she's like pissed.
But there's not a single New Yorker who's going to sit there going, "You haven't gone to the Statue of Liberty?"
Yeah. She's like, the Eiffel Tower?
No.
They're like, Sharon.
No, it was different towers.
Yes, that's true. Well, she was like, Chrysler Building, Empire State Building.
Yeah.
And like, he's like, no, I don't, I'm here to kill the doctors.
He's like, "I just haven't had the time. I just met you." And she's like, "I'll be your tour guide. I want to get railed."
Whoa.
She makes that very clear because she goes, "I got off at 7. Hint, hint."
Yes. I liked that, actually.
Yeah.
Like might as well be blunt at this point. you
Yeah,
know?
she's shooting her shot.
Yeah. And I really like the line where they're talking and she's like, "Why are we whispering?" And he's like, "I don't want him to hear." And she's like, "The doctor?" I really like that line. Like, "I don't want him to hear." That's great.
Well, you also got to remember, wasn't this the scene where he was acting like he was an old friend or whatever?
Yeah.
So
'Cause
like
he didn't
it
want
makes
the doctor to know his name.
yeah.
Good stuff.
The doctor is super weird. Duane shows him his scar. It looks fucking sick.
It does. It looked like it was like a projection on him, right? Like that's how they did it?
I don't know how they did it. It just looked great.
Yeah.
I thought it looked really good. Before Duane leaves, he gets the receptionist Sharon's phone number. And then we see the doctor sitting in his office, and he is fucking sweating, brother.
Yeah.
I don't blame him. He knows he's going to die.
Yeah. Also, like they zoom out and like his office is like it's like what the fuck kind of an office is? Yeah, it's just like a room in like a warehouse. like there's paint peeling off the brick and stuff.
Yeah.
I would not go to this doctor.
No. I wouldn't go to a Dr. Needleman. I'm sorry.
No.
But I think that's the point, is all these doctors are sleazy.
Yes.
Duane goes into a movie theater. He watches some kung fu, but he falls asleep. A guy steals the basket and opens it, and his face inevitably gets all bit up, but Duane then tells the creature to save it. He's like, "Wait, you're gonna eat soon, I promise."
Yeah, brother.
That night, Duane sneaks back to the doctor's office and he's making some calls. And we cut to a guy having a romantic dinner, but it's Dr. Cutter. She's getting a phone call from Needleman. He's panicking and she just like brushes it off. She's like, "Hey, he's dead."
Yeah, she is, I think, by far the worst actress in this movie.
I would agree, but she also had maybe my favorite shot in this movie later on.
Yeah. It is. It's good stuff. But I like Dr. Needleman's performance. I think it's pretty funny. And also, he's just sitting at it. Like, after the phone call, he's just sitting at his desk in the dark.
Yeah, he seems to just sit there like all day long.
He's not doing any paperwork. He's just sitting there.
He's just waiting to die.
Yeah.
Duane dumps the basket out. He tells it, "Don't forget the address book." We cut to a POV of the creature, and it's making its way to the door. Needleman hears a clatter. He sees a door knocked down, and he barricades himself in a room.
I have a question.
Hit us.
Questions. Why is this thing so strong? Why can't it just rip a door off the hinges like that?
It talks telepathically, Andy. I don't know.
Yeah. Just a
It's
thought.
a good question.
It's a little guy.
Yeah.
His arms are like 4 inches.
Yeah, no, it is a good question. But the fact that he talks telepathically, I wonder if he can just... He also launches himself. with nothing.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, like, I don't know. He's obviously strong enough to launch himself, so.
Here's another question. Does he have lungs? Because he's always like,
I don't think they're healthy. I think he's a pug.
Yeah. But there's little lungs in there, I'm assuming?
There gotta be.
Okay.
Right?
Oh.
The creature rips Needleman's face apart. He then proceeds to rip him in half. We see blood splatter everywhere. I think this creature looked awesome when it's like yelling, but that should have been the first shot, not the still one of it just on the wall. Like,
Yeah, because it just looks like a face, like a regular face on a blob.
Yeah. I think that first shot of Belial is the worst shot of Belial in this movie. The rest of it, I think, looks really good.
Yeah, I think they do really well with what they have.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Duane feeds the creature some glizzies. We then see Duane give the creature a TV and goes to see the receptionist. The creature immediately breaks the TV and throws a fit.
Yeah, because he knows.
Yeah. Duane and Sharon do some kisses by the Statue of Liberty.
This thing goes nuts when your boy gets a stiffy.
Yes, he does. But we get some stick claymation here, or stop motion, whatever they did.
Yeah. It's it's it is not the best claymation.
No, but I loved it. I loved every second of it.
I like claymation. It's good.
Yeah.
It's good.
And I thought it was cool seeing this little thing just move around the room and just throw all the papers around.
Yeah. And he picks up the dresser and tosses it. It's very funny.
He finds the doctor papers and goes absolutely nuts, and all the people in the hotel are getting pissed, and that makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah. Because he's screaming at the top of his lungs. And then he just gets back into the basket.
Well, that's the same guy who did Duane, did the face, like, so that for the mask for Belial, and he did the voice.
Yeah.
Which makes sense. Why not get the same dude to do both?
Yeah, they're brothers. They were part of the same body.
That's true. The creature goes back into the basket just before the landlord goes into the room. The people find nothing but a mess. The skeezy dude sees money, and when everyone leaves, he goes back to steals money. He opens the basket, and Andy, did that go well for him?
No, and I thought it was really funny that it starts attacking him, and he leaves the room and goes to his room as it's attacking him. That's very funny to me.
We get a lot of good, like, a guy clearly just has a prop on his face or is holding a prop acting like he's fighting it.
Yeah.
That's always fun to watch.
Yeah. I agree.
The creature latches onto the dude. Duane can sense something is happening. And then we see the creature gently massaging the dude's face. And it is causing massive bleeding.
Yes. Yes, it is.
He's just like rubbing his face. And that's what you gotta do. But that made me laugh. I love it.
Yeah.
That dude is dead. D-E-D dead. All the people in the hotel find him. It was like, oh, he's dead.
Yeah, that dude's dead.
Duane gets home, and all the people in the hotel are understandably freaking out. And he makes absolutely no question or mistake that he knows what's going on. He lets everybody know. He's like, oh, God, he did it.
Yeah.
He just runs right past cops.
Yeah, I like how the cop, like, follows him up. And he, like, as he's opening the door, Duane never turns around. He's just like his eyes are wide, and he's like, no, he's just answering questions. And then, like, he puts the key in the lock, and the cop, like, very sensually takes his hand and opens the door for him. I was like, this is about to get hot and heavy.
We see that twice in this movie.
Yeah.
Duane's also an idiot when this cop is grilling him, because instead of saying, oh my God, someone broke into my room and ransacked it, he goes, oh yeah, this mess happened last night.
Yeah.
What an idiot.
He is an idiot.
The cop opens the basket. Belial's not in there. Another detective walks around the bathroom. The cop gives Duane his card, then leaves. And then it turns out that Belial was hiding in the fucking toilet.
Yeah, and we see, like, they literally just left the prop blob just sitting on the toilet. And he's just, like, talking to it, like, this prop on the toilet. It's very funny.
And then he swaddles him like a baby in a towel. We cut to a party. Casey is making the rounds. She runs into Duane. He's already drunk. Duane and Casey go to a back table, and they're having the best time of their lives. Like, I don't know what's so funny about him being a mailman, but
I don't.
They die laughing at that one.
I like how he starts telling the truth, and she gradually stops laughing.
Yeah,
and she's like, "That's not funny." And she's like, "You're scaring me."
Well, according to the writer-director, they said that in that moment he was Belial and not Duane. And like Belial can control Duane, I guess.
Interesting. Okay.
That's why he calls him Duane. He goes, "Yeah, Duane and I."
Oh.
Now, I don't know if he was just covering for that mistake, but
yeah. Huh. Well, then we get the flashback.
Yeah, but Duane, you probably were gonna get some if you didn't do this.
Yeah.
Belial
but I think
is a serious cockblock.
He is, but he also wants that, you know? Clearly.
Not Duane's.
Right, but it's weird. They're like connected in this weird way.
Yeah,
They're like whenever he gets a bony, like he's like, I also want sex. But that's what I was thinking.
But like he becomes so angry about it.
Yeah, I just don't understand it.
But yes, we get the flashback. The dad is furious that one of his sons is a monster and his wife is dead. And I didn't understand, did the wife die during childbirth or did Belial kill her?
I believe she died during childbirth, and he blames the monster. Like he's like, "Oh, my wife is dead, and now I got this fucking thing."
Yeah.
You know, so pretty cool origin.
It is. It's a really fun origin. I think this shot of them when they're still conjoined at 12 years old is fucking awesome. I think it
cool.
looks really good.
I agree. I'm egregious.
The dad wants to separate the two of them. All the doctors refuse to do it. They're like, Belial will die. And he's like, I don't care. But I don't understand why Belial will die, because they also say that it's like the only thing separating him is tissue.
Yeah, like he's his own little guy.
They probably just know the dad's not going to take care of him.
Yeah, and he like barely loves Duane.
Well, no, he's doing it all for Duane because he's like, I just want him to have a normal life.
Oh, I read that wrong.
Yeah. They force Duane and Belial to get an operation to be separated. The Belial screaming is horrifying here.
Yeah, I did like how, like, he walks down and they just grab him and they have the surgery in, like, the dining room.
Yes. Because we find out later they're all quacks. Like, one's a vet.
Right, because no other real doctors wouldn't do it.
Right.
Yeah.
The separation is great.
It is. I like how they give him a couple of, like, tranquilizers. And he's just screaming. He's like, ah, ah, ah. And he just passes out.
As the nurse is cutting in, the blood splatters everywhere, and the sound effects are incredible. Like the squelching that you hear.
Yeah.
The Foley artist was having the time of their life.
They sure does.
You also know this isn't a legitimate surgery, because that blood is flying everywhere.
Yeah, the blood pressure on this kid was immense.
Yeah. He's probably better off having that removed.
Yeah, I think it goes on a little long because I was thinking, like, we don't actually need to see the surgery because we know that they're separated, you know? But then you remember what kind of movie this is.
Yeah, it's just to be gross.
Yeah, that's precisely it.
Duane wakes up. He's all bandaged. He hears his brother talking to him telepathically. This is where we find out the brother's name is Belial, and he finds him in a garbage bag.
Yeah, they just threw him out.
Yeah. Their dad wakes up to the noise of someone building something. He walks to the unfinished basement barefoot, which is insane.
That
He
is
steps
insane.
on a nail, because of course he does.
I have a lot of questions about this.
Is it real quick? Because Belial built a death machine.
Oh, is that what that is?
Yes, that's what I'm gonna call it. He used a saw, a circular saw it looked like, and built a death machine.
This is the biggest saw of all time.
That's if you have like a workshop, that's a lot of people have that.
It looked huge. The way they shot it, it looked like it was like big. It was big enough to cut their dad in half.
That was hysterical.
Yeah.
That was amazing. How you just saw the leg just fall.
Yeah.
Oh, I loved this.
Here's my questions. What is this structure? Is it a
death
basement?
machine.
Is it a shed?
Oh.
Like, it's not connected to the house, and it's massive, and it's underground. It's like a fucking bunker. Why is it so big? Why do they have the biggest saw of all time down there? And why didn't the dad move?
Do you want to play a game?
Yeah.
I don't know if the dad had time to move. I don't think I'm being able to move in that situation. I'd be in shock that my deformed monster of a son built a death machine out of my workshop and has lured me perfectly to this spot.
Yeah. I mean, that saw, it was big enough to cut him in half. So it's huge. It's a huge saw.
Yeah.
This guy,
also-
like, is he a lumberjack?
I would have turned right around after stepping on that nail.
I wouldn't have gone down there.
Not barefoot.
Yeah, I would have. Let me get my slippers.
Yeah, no, you go into an unfinished basement, you got to put your shoesies on.
But is
Yeah.
it a basement?
I'm assuming you walk downstairs.
Yeah, but it's like outside.
Yeah,
The
people-
entrance to your basement is outside?
You've never seen those where they have like the double doors?
Yeah, but this didn't have that.
I don't know, man.
This was just a weird structure, man.
Yeah, I'm
And if they live
guaranteed
in
that.
the middle of the woods, what's going on?
I guarantee that place exists. They're from upstate New York. Come on.
That's true, upstate.
Those fucking freaks.
Yeah, they're a bunch of weirdos up there. If you're listening from upstate New York,
You're the best. You're the best
Yeah,
part of
yeah.
New York, actually.
Yeah.
You're better, much better than these freaks downstate.
yeah. And if
like
you're
us.
listening from downstate,
You're much better than those
yeah,
people
you're
from the
way
city.
better. Dude, are you kidding? And if you're listening from the city,
Queens and
shower.
Brooklyn are part of Long Island.
oh shit.
Oh,
You
fuck,
said
I'm
it.
fighting. I'm fighting. And if you
Oh,
disagree, send us an email at roydsreview@gmail.com.
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you.
Nah, that's New York.
The aunt goes upstairs looking for Duane and Belial. The aunt raises them. We even see her reading to them, and she's holding Belial in a rocking chair.
Yeah, she just like explains to them. She's like, I've seen what's happened your whole life, and I'm gonna take care of you.
Well,
All right.
as their kids, we constantly see her going, 2 boys. You have 2 boys. She's like,
Yeah.
1 for the boy, 1 for the monster.
Yeah.
In the present day, Duane and Casey are making their way upstairs. Duane is absolutely obliterated.
Yeah.
Casey puts him to bed. This is the second time where someone grabs his hand and opens the door for him.
Yeah.
He lays down and then becomes totally lucid for a second and goes and brings the basket in.
I like it.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
Casey opens the basket, but Belial is not there. She gets home. She throws her shoes to different sides of the room, which is an insane thing to do.
I agree. You know what? As that happened, Like, she threw the first one, and my wife was like, "That's me," and I was like, "Yeah." And she threw the second one in a totally different direction. My wife was like, "Never mind. The fuck is she doing?"
She removes her panties in a really weird close-up scene.
Well, that's what I thought too. I was like, this is getting weird. But then those panties,
They come
back.
Yeah, Chekhov's panties.
Chekhov's panties.
I guess you're gonna miss the panty raid.
Remember on that Nickelodeon show when they did a panty raid?
Yes, I do.
What the fuck?
Belial is hiding in her bed. He cops a feel, and she freaks the fuck out.
Yeah.
The whole hotel shows up as she panics. The owner goes into the room. The window is open, and he's convinced it's gone.
This dude works 24 hours a day.
He never goes
7
home.
days a week. 365 days a year, brother.
My wife left me. I haven't seen my kid in 7 years. My kid is 7.5 years old.
And I work at the fucking nut house over here.
Belial returns to his basket, and he's playing with her stolen panties. Duane then goes and sees Dr. Cutter. Oh, that's when we get that, this isn't a hotel, it's a nut house line. Incredible.
Yeah, great stuff.
Duane goes and sees Dr. Cutter. It turns out that she's a veterinarian, which is amazing.
Yeah.
He then goes into her office, and this is the worst acting in the movie.
Yes.
The cuts are harsh. I have no idea what was going on here. Yeah, only it's not a cat, and I have to let you know how he got the cut.
Yeah. Yeah. And her delivery is something.
Yes.
It is something.
She realizes what's going on, and Belial ultimately kills her, and we get what I thought was the best shot of the movie of her with all the scalpels in her face, and she's just screaming in agony at the camera.
Yeah, for like a minute straight.
Yeah.
Like a 15-minute scream.
I loved that. I thought that was awesome.
But a couple things, like the nurses rush up after they hear all the commotion, and they open the door, and that's what they see. Like, we get the POV shot of those nurses.
Yeah.
With her with all the stuff in her face. Yeah. And they don't react in any way.
I didn't even notice that.
I thought was pretty weird. Another weird thing, I guess you could put this under questions. Why is there a drawer just with loose knives and scalpels in it? She opens that drawer, and they're just loose. There's no holder. There's nothing. She just puts her full hand in there, just digging around.
Yeah, well, it's the 80s. There's no safety.
I guess not. Well, these are all shoddy doctors, so.
That's true. And also, Belial uses the mandible claw on her, which was pretty sick. He just shoves her hand down her throat. She's like, oh!
Yeah. I think did he like rip her tongue out or something?
I have no idea because she was still screaming when.
Yeah, well, you could still scream without a tongue.
I guess. I don't know. Sharon tells Duane that Dr. Needleman was killed, but I think Duane already knows.
You heard.
Duane and Sharon start kissing in front of the basket. They then are about to have full-on sex in front of it, which I don't think is a good idea.
No. Oh, they're really sucking face.
They really are. It's awkward.
Yeah, it is. It's like, damn.
As Duane grabs her boobs, Belial wakes up and goes absolutely fucking insane. But it's also the most awkward boob grab of all time. She's like, grab them. He's like, oh.
Yeah. Well, he's a vegan, Rob.
That's true. That's very true.
Yeah. Never eaten meat.
But she's ready for it because she's like, take me, Duane.
Yeah.
You just met him.
Yeah, you did. And he's clearly, this is his first go. He even says it later.
Oh, does he?
Yeah, he says like, that's the first girl I ever kissed. And like, you're not fucking
too
before
old
you
for
kiss.
that, Duane.
Well, he's got a little guy in a basket, so.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say he's got a little dick.
Didn't really get a good look at it when we see it.
That was dark.
Yeah. Did that happen yet?
No.
Okay.
It's going to soon.
I just imagine if you would.
Uh-oh. What is it, Twilight Zone?
Yes. Imagine if you would, Robbie. Getting sexy, and a little monster pops out of a wicker basket, and it just starts screaming.
I'd come.
Yeah, same.
I'd finish and get the fuck out.
That bell is rung, brother. But she's she starts screaming. She's like, Duane, what is that? Duane, get off of me. Duane, let me out. Duane. And he pushes her out. She flat backs on the wall. And then she's banging on the door to get back in. And I'm like, run, get out of here.
Yeah, for real.
What are you doing? A little guy just popped out of the basket and started screaming. And Duane did not react the way you would if that happened. But she's like, Duane, open the door. No, Duane, lose my number.
Yeah, for real. But the look on Duane's face when that first happens is great. It's so intense. He's like, ah!
Yeah, it's good. It's good. And then he's like, you're never gonna get out of this basket.
Yeah.
You've blocked my cock for the last time.
He also wrapped her in the blanket before he threw her out the door.
That's true, yeah.
And then, he just shoves him back into the basket. That night, we get some more stop motion. Somehow, Duane is able to sleep. I don't know how.
Yeah, I don't know.
Belial crawls across the floor, and he does some weird, telepathic mind thing as he, I think at least, as he holds his hand over Duane.
Yeah.
His eyes glow a little bit. He then jumps into the window and does a nice primal scream.
Yeah. I don't know why that didn't wake up Duane.
Ah, that should have.
Yeah.
This is where we see Duane running naked down the street.
That's Bush, brother.
It's the 80s, brother. It's the early 80s.
I just, I'm a relatively, I'm Italian and Greek. So I'm a hairy dude, right? I just find it kind of strange when someone's completely hairless other than the top of their head and their bush.
That's fair.
It's a weird look.
Okay, that is a fair point.
It's also, it seems to be very 80s. That seems to be a very 80s thing, 70s and 80s.
Well, I don't think he shaved his chest or anything. I don't
think so either. I'm just saying, that's how people were built.
Yeah. It was meant to keep their most important places warm.
Interesting.
That's why we get hair on our feet and knuckles and stuff.
I don't have any hair on my feet.
Really?
Yeah.
I got hairy feet, brother.
I do not. I have it on my toes.
Well, yeah, okay, toes, I should say. Yeah. I got hairy toes, I should say.
Yeah.
And if you want to see our toes, you can go to our OnlyFans.
You go to our TheRoyds.footfinder.com.
No.
No.
Hey, I have a negative score on WikiFeet. They're these are gross. These are disgusting.
I'm actually making money.
Dude, you're lucky.
Yeah, I got these fucking dogs, brother.
I gotta pay money because I keep sending pictures of my feet to people, and the judge ruled that that's harassment.
So close-minded.
I know. What does society come to? Well, anyway. Duane runs kind of weird. Apparently, he had hurt himself. The actor had hurt himself, and that's why he runs with a little limp.
I didn't even notice.
Yeah. He runs until he reaches Sharon's apartment. We get a POV shot. We see Duane's hand caress her head, and then her feet, and then her legs, and then he removes the blanket. And Andy, do you know what we see?
Oh shit. Boobies, brother.
Yep.
Boobies. What follows, though? I'm not quite sure what happens.
Apparently, they wanted it to be like Belial running down the street, but they didn't have the budget to do that, so they just made it David naked and like being controlled by Belial.
Okay.
And for some reason, that leads David out to find Belial on top of Sharon.
Now,
Oh, no, because he has like, it's just a dream, because then he wakes up and realizes what's going on.
and he's in the hotel room.
So yeah, it's just a dream. It's just, he's making David have a weird dream, and David, because he's getting all sexy, right? Or Belial's getting what Belial thinks is sexy. That's why David wakes up naked and runs to Sharon's house.
Well, like she wakes up and he, I guess he strangles her to death.
Yeah.
And then when Duane finally gets there, she's dead, and Belial's like down there.
Yeah.
And he's like going up and down, and she's all bloody there.
Yeah.
I didn't like that.
Well, he's got a hog, brother.
That leads me to a question. Does this thing have a penis?
I have no idea.
What's going on?
I think it was from his teeth.
Oh, it's yucky.
Andy, don't worry. In the criminal justice system, sexually based offenses are considered especially heinous. In New York City, the dedicated detectives who investigate these vicious felonies are members of an elite squad known as the Special Victims Unit. These are their stories.
Thanks for that, man.
It was a sex crime.
Yeah.
So I did the SVU thing.
Yeah. It was yucky.
What was? Me doing the SVU thing?
No, the sex crime in the movie.
Oh, yeah. Well, I think it's supposed to be yucky, Andy.
Yeah, that's this whole thing. It's an exploitation movie.
Yeah.
A sexploitation movie.
Ooh, not really, but ooh.
Not really, yeah. But also, wordplay.
Very good.
Yeah.
Very, very good.
But ultimately yucky.
Yeah, the amount of blood between her legs is wild.
Yeah, maybe it was that time of the month.
Oh, God. It might. I didn't even think of that. It might have been.
Maybe.
Duane fights with Belial all the way home. This is where we get some more of him like fighting with it in the basket, and he's like throwing himself against the wall and stuff.
Yeah. At this point, the hotel guy, I'd be like, you gotta get out of here, dude. Ever since you came here, there's been nothing but death and trouble. Like, get out of here, dude.
They fight all the way into the hotel room. The whole hotel comes to watch, and Belial grabs Duane by the junk and just lifts him up. He's like, ah!
Lifts him by the penis.
It's incredible.
It is incredible.
He jumps on Duane. They both fall out the window, and they're hanging from this sign. And these prostitutes see it and like, oh no, look at this. Oh no.
Yeah. I kind of like. It seems like Belial's like, well, I don't want him to die. He's my brother.
Yeah.
I like that. I like that they're like through this whole thing, they're still like, we're brothers though.
Right.
Yeah. And but then they fall and they hit their noggins.
Yeah, they die, and it's like fucking King Kong, the way everyone's gathering around their lifeless corpses.
Yeah. And then the credits roll.
Yeah, that's it. End. Which awesome.
Yeah. There is apparently 2 sequels.
Is there really?
Yeah, Basket Case 2, and then a year later, Basket Case 3.
I had not even the slightest clue.
Yeah, and as I read, because I was like, who is this guy? Because what I assumed while I was watching it, I got that feeling, when you watch, like, schlock like this, you're like, you know what? I like that, it was probably just a kid who, like, his dreams came true. Like, he fucking did it. You know what? I didn't do it. He did it,
Right.
Or she did it, Good for them. But when I looked it up, this guy was born in 1950. He's 3 years older than my dad. This was not a boy when he made this movie. This is a grown man. So I was like, interesting. And I looked at his filmography, and he has a movie called Frankenhooker. And I was like, oh, this is this guy's thing.
Yeah.
He just makes like fucking wacky exploitation, like gross shit. Good for him.
Yeah, and I can't wait to do Frankenhooker next Spooky Weens.
Well, do you want a spoiler for Basket Case 2?
Sure.
So, apparently they didn't die.
Oh, maybe we should have waited. Maybe we should have waited. Maybe I should look it up.
I mean, I don't think people aren't talking about Basket Case 2 and 3.
That's fair. That's fair. Okay, what happens?
At the end of it, Duane sews him back on, and I was like, that's pretty fucking cool.
Yeah.
I kind of wish this movie ended like that.
The film spawns another sequel, Basket Case 3: The Progeny.
Yeah, and they're removed again in the third one.
That's amazing.
Yeah, I kind of I liked the weird. You know how like they say like twins have a weird bond
Yeah.
that's like unexplainable.
A weird James Bond.
Very good. Previous episodes. Check it out. I liked that stuff in this. How they could like how he's talking to him in his head.
Yeah.
And like all that weird shit. I liked that. And I think because this is in the MoMA, like it's in their catalog, maybe they're saying something. And the thing that I picked up,
okay,
is Belial is like the id. You know, like he just has his id in a basket.
Right. Yeah.
And that's why when he gets horny, it's just like fucking sex, and it kills, and you know it does all of his terrible desires instead of him. You know, I really don't think that's what this director was doing.
No. He was just making a fun horror gory film.
Yeah, but I think that the like all the origin and all that stuff is like grade A creepy stuff.
Yeah.
And I think if this was made by a more, like, I hate to say it, but capable filmmaker, and like the script was like punched up and the actors were good, you'd have like a good creepy movie.
I disagree. I think this is perfect.
Yeah, I'm saying this is great as it is, but I'm saying you could have a totally different animal.
Right.
You know, with those things. And also, have you ever seen the movie Malignant?
No.
Malignant is, I would say, the poor man's this.
Okay.
It was James Wan.
Okay.
Directed previous episode of Aquaman.
Aquaman.
Nice. And
Yeah.
it's like the same deal, except the conjoined twin is on the back of this girl's head. And it is murderous, and it's committing murders, and like, but like
it's the face of Tom Riddle.
Nice. Yeah. But like she runs backwards, and it's pretty cool. I actually, yeah, I actually enjoyed it. Everyone I've ever spoken to who's seen it said they did not like it, but I had a pretty good time because it's just fucking wacky.
That's fair.
Yeah, but
I've honestly never even heard of it. Because I'm not a horror guy, because I'm a scaredy boy.
Okay, that leads me to another question, Robbie. Were you scared?
No.
You're just having a good time.
Yeah, this was just a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was. I enjoyed it way more than I thought I would. Would you like to go to Letterboxd?
I would like to go to Letterboxd.
That's good, because we've got to box a lot of letters.
We do. A, B. Oh shit, it's another A. It's lowercase.
Damn it.
I had a great time. I want to give this like 3 stars.
Okay, I'd go 3.5.
Brother, I'll do it.
Hell, I'd go 4. I had a good time.
I did it. I went to 4. You talked me up just because I'm easy.
Wow. Wow.
I'm easy peasy. I'm lemon squeezy, and everybody knows that I'm kind of sleazy.
And you play Parcheesi.
I do. I've never played Parcheesi.
Me neither.
It's just a funny word. I locked it in 4 stars.
Wow. Well, I think that's fitting because we gave American Werewolf in London 4 stars. And this is a completely different movie.
Yep. I guess so. That's very fitting.
Pretty good sentence, huh?
That was good.
Thanks, man.
Now, you won't believe what I have, though.
Is it trivia?
It is trivia, and it's 4 of them.
I've only got 3.
What time does Belial wake Duane up to talk? 3 a.m., 3:30 a.m., 4 a.m., 2:30 a.m.
Is it 3:30?
It's 3:30 a.m.
Yeah.
3:30 a.m. in the morning.
Yeah.
Very good. Andy, hit me with your question.
What bedtime story, air quotes, does their aunt read to them? It is Shakespeare. But which one? Is it Much Ado About Nothing, Hamlet, The Tempest, or Othello?
The Tempest.
That is correct.
Yeah, brother. What does Sharon guess is in the basket? Sharon's the doctor's receptionist. Body parts, cockroaches, Christmas lights, Easter eggs.
Easter eggs.
It is Easter eggs.
Oh.
Greek Orthodox Easter eggs.
Wow.
Yeah.
What was the Hotel Broslin originally going to be called? Was it Hotel Bronin, Hotel Brosnan, Hotel Broden, or Hotel Brocon? I'm sorry, Broken.
Brocon. I just like the idea of Brocon. Just a bunch of bros showing up.
Well, that's how you know that's not the one. So,
I'm in cosplay with Brocon. Brosnan.
Yes, it was.
That was the closest one, so I went with it. Wow. What color is the cat in the waiting room when Duane goes to see Dr. Cutter? Brindle, black and gray, orange and white, white and tan.
What is brindle?
You ever see those cats that are like brown, orange, white, black, like a whole different smorgasbord of colors?
Oh, like pebbles?
Yeah, yeah, kind of like your cat pebbles.
Okay.
Dogs can also be brindle.
Okay. What were the other choices?
It was brindle, black and gray, orange and white, white and tan.
Now, what is brindle? I'm going to go with brindle.
It is not brindle.
Damn it. We had a streak going there, Robbie.
We did have a streak, but this would be like, this is a brindle dog, what I'm showing you on this audio medium.
Oh, okay. So not really like Pebbles.
No.
Yeah, she's a calico.
So if you knew.
Yeah. I'm going to say, I don't know, black? Is that even a choice?
If black and gray was a choice, and that's not it.
Okay. All right. Hit me with it.
It's orange and white.
Orange and white, huh? Oh, like Pebbles.
Sure.
It's my cat, Pebbles.
Yeah,
Because they couldn't afford a dolly for the camera, what did they use instead? Was it a wheelchair, a bike, skateboard, or a rolling desk?
I believe it was an Ally McWheelchair.
It was an Ally McWheelchair. Yeah, Rob.
Yes. When we first meet Casey, she's going into a room with a man. What is he credited as in this movie? Casey's John, Casey's friend, Casey's lover, Casey's boss.
Casey's John.
It is Casey's John.
Wow. If I didn't mess up the cat one, we would have just blown trivia out of the water.
It would have been perfect.
I ruined the streak in my pants.
Well, you want to get rid of that streak, Andy.
Yeah, but it's a part of me.
Is it?
It was.
Well, you got rid of it. Which
Yeah.
I agree was the right thing to do.
I'm talking about duty, brother.
Yeah, Andy, we know.
That duty was a part of my biology. It was a piece of me, Robbie.
Oh, that's your Belial?
Just like Belial, yes.
Yeah, that duty was your Belial. It's just been hanging in your butt for weeks. Ugh.
Yeah, and it's been murderous as hell, Robbie. It's so
Okay.
strong.
Yeah, I think that's just the stench.
Truly
All right.
disturbing stuff.
It really is. And you know what I think it's time to do?
Is that our songs?
It is time for our songs.
Wow.
And you know what I have, Andy?
Do you have a pick to flip?
I have a pick to flip. This is nuts.
This is crazy.
All right, Andy. I flip it. You call it. Let's go.
Tails.
I caught it, and it's tails.
Hey, brother. Real quick, I'd just like to say, I've never used Tubi before,
Yeah.
and it's free,
Yeah.
and it plays ads like
Yes.
intermittently.
Yeah.
So like, it had an ad break, and then it stopped the ad break, and it was the scene where I forget her name, but the hooker lady is bringing
Casey.
Casey's bringing Duane up the stairs, but then it kept like giving me a buffering sign, and then she'd start over at the bottom of the stairs, and she'd climb up the stairs again and start over at the bottom of the stairs, and I was like, uh-oh. So then I restarted the app, and Tubi does not save your progress.
That sucks.
Yeah, so I had to fast forward, and it did it again. And I said, am I not going to be able to fucking finish this movie for free? I'm going to be pissed. But no, it eventually worked.
Very nice.
Yeah, pretty cool story, huh?
That was really cool.
Everybody's talking about it.
I mean, they haven't heard it yet,
Hmm.
but they will. They will.
Oh,
They will.
hell yeah, brother. I'll go first.
Oh, fuck yes.
My song is called Brothers, and it's about this movie.
Sung by Hulk Hogan. Let me tell you something, brothers.
Brother. But it's in Drop Diggity D.
Oh, I'll show you my drop diggity D.
Robbie. And
It unfurls like a fire hose, brother.
Jesus, Robbie, that sounds like
Flat.
a curse. Oh my god. Well, it's pretty fucking metal, brother.
Gung, 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 gung. Wah.
Yep. And it goes a little something like this.
Something that'll tear you up. It's something
but that one's too far.
That's my song. It's called Brothers.
I really like that. The riff was very Black Sabbathy.
Yeah. Rock and roll.
Rock,
You know?
indeed, and roll.
Rock as well as roll.
No, that was really cool. I like that a lot. I like that riff.
Thank you. It's a weird movie.
Yes.
Like I tried to write a weird song, like, and the chords, like, I think ultimately it's in the key of D, but there's a lot of weird chords in there, like, that aren't necessarily in the key. There's a lot of like tritones and stuff. Yeah. And I found the guitar solo really hard because of that.
That makes sense.
And I tried this new thing with my drums where because I'm finding my drums aren't cutting through a lot, like they get buried. And like if I turn them up, they get, they fuck the whole song up. So like I'm fucking around with the EQ on the drum set itself, but we'll see. That's why this podcast is a lot of fun for me. Excuse me, a lot of fun for me, because I get to, like, I'm figuring out as I go.
Right.
Because like, we're not, like, we've been musicians for years, but like, and we've recorded things professionally and whatnot, but like, everything's changing,
We're not
constantly.
audio engineers.
Right. We didn't go to school for this. We don't know it. I'm not going to speak for you, Robbie. I have no fucking idea what I'm doing.
Nope, I have no idea. I play with the buttons and I move knobs around and I go, yeah.
Yeah, same.
I go, that sounds pretty good.
And I think that, when it comes to music itself, I also don't, like, I know notes and stuff, but I can't read it, I know, like, what note I'm playing.
Yeah, exactly.
But like, I feel like there's kind of a whimsy in that, where it's like, oh, you know what, I'm going for it,
Yeah,
I'm not an expert.
You're playing by feel.
Yeah.
Ally McFeel.
But this is the bookend of our Spooktober.
It is.
And I had a great time. This time. I know we did a lot of older stuff.
Yeah.
Maybe next year we do some newer stuff. But Robbie, what about your song?
My song is called Carrying You. And it's much different than your song. It's got like a disco-y feel.
Okay.
That's what I'm going to say. It's got like a disco-y feel. It's called Carrying You, and it goes like this.
Got a room in a hotel with something straight out of Roswell. The room next door is a brothel. They're asking questions non-stossel. In the city from upstate, find a woman to satiate. Got a place but it ain't great. Can't sleep, I'm up late. Talk to me through my mind. Craziness is a thin line. These city girls are so fine. Picked a burger so we can dine. Carrying you your whole life through. We know the truth. forget. Push her face into the jar. When we were 12, they declared war. Now they're begging for no more. Our whole side is one big sore. Yeah, he really is a sight. When he comes out, he's gonna bite. He just wants one fun night. No one's gonna win this fight. Carrying your whole life through. We know the truth. Carrying you. Gotta let him out, gotta let him eat. Gotta let him out, gotta let him eat. Gotta let him out, cause man has needs. Gotta let him out, gotta let him eat. Gotta let him out, gotta let him eat. Gotta let him out, let him feed. Gotta let him out, a man has needs. Gotta let him out, gotta let him eat. Gotta let him out, gotta let him eat. Gotta let him out, a man has needs. Gotta let him out, gotta let him out. Gotta let him out. Gotta let him eat. Got a man has needs.
That was my song called Carrying You.
That's jazz, baby. I like it.
Thank you. Yeah. A little bit of disco.
It was smooth.
Yeah, that's all I really had.
Right.
I just had a lot of fun with this one, playing around with the synthesizer, getting some fun string sounds, because strings sound good. Horns, not so much. But
Okay. Well, I enjoyed it. I like it. It was smooth.
CD 101.9.
Nice.
Remember that?
No.
You don't remember Smooth Jazz CD 101.9? It was a local radio station.
Nah. I would listen to like 3 radio stations.
My dad, we'd get in the car, and my dad would make us listen to fucking Smooth Jazz. Yeah. Hey,
Wow.
Rob, why are you so depressed? Because my dad made me listen to Smooth Jazz.
Like to this day, you are depressed because you had to listen to smooth jazz.
Yeah, I told the cop I was abused. They said, "What happened? Where'd he touch you?" I said, "My ears." And they said, "What?" I go, he made me listen to Smooth Jazz CD 101.9 for a whole trip to Rhode Island." And then get the fuck out of here.
Yeah. I mean, that is like I can appreciate jazz, but like, I ain't bumping it in the car. You know what I'm saying?
Especially when you're a kid and
Yeah.
like the whole family would get in the car. Even my mom would be like, "Do we have to listen to this?"
Yeah. Because like, there are no wrong notes, sure, but like,
No, there are.
you don't have to play them all.
No,
You know what I'm saying?
There are wrong notes.
I forget who said it, but it was a drummer, and he was like,
I think it was the wonderful Barry Falor.
"That's definitely it."
Yep.
Old Barry,
Oh.
he was like, "Don't like if you mess up on drums, to hide it, just do it again." And then people will be like, "Oh, he's
That's
a genius."
thing.
Yeah. And I
That's
was like,
great, actually.
that's really good advice. Yeah.
It is.
But yeah, I also forgot after my song, I forgot to say a few things about my song.
Oh, okay.
In the chorus, I say something's in the wicker basket. Something yada yada. Oh, I got
A
read it.
tisket,
I
a
forgot.
tasket, a green and yellow basket.
That's it.
Yep. We all know, Andy. Andy, we heard the song.
I said something not quite a man, and then something in that wicker basket, something you can't understand, and then something that'll tear you up, something that wants to fuck, is what I said.
Yeah, I heard
Okay.
that curse. I was a little offended.
You heard the F curse.
Yes. My ears offended.
I'm so sorry, Robbie. I just I think it's kind of funny that he's just like a little guy who wants to fuck.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think
the
that
gross little man,
just a gross little guy, and he's like, I'm trying to fuck.
a
It's
man
like,
after my own heart.
Robbie.
What? He starts down with the legs at one point. He's like, "Look at these dogs."
Yeah, she's sleeping, Robbie. She's not consenting.
I gotta go.
Also, the end of my song, I like do a like a like a big jazz chord because I just said, you know what, this movie's weird. Let's do a weird thing.
Yeah, I thought the same. I liked when I heard yours. I was like, "Oh, we both did a weird little thing at the end."
Yeah, yeah, just do a weird little jazzy weird thing. But
Well,
yeah,
I
this
honestly thought for a second, I was like, I hope he doesn't think I copied him. And I was like, how would I have done that?
yeah, how would he know? How would anyone know? I thoroughly enjoyed this movie.
Me too. I had a really good
Yeah.
time. We gave it 4 stars.
We did. We did. Next year, I think we should try and get like legitimately spooky. I know, Rob, you're not a huge fan.
I've been doing really well at intentionally avoiding that.
Yeah, yeah.
But you know what? I'm just gonna hope by next year you forget you said that.
Okay. I think we do at least one legitimately spooktacular movie,
All right, fine.
and the rest we could do can be fun.
And I'm gonna write the most boppy major chord, major fucking song in the world for it.
Yeah, yeah. Well,
Andy,
Robbie,
what are
do
we
we
doing
got
next week?
God damn it! Damn it! I don't know.
I can tell you. I have the list
Okay,
up.
all right.
We're doing When Harry Met Sally.
Are we?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. I
Okay.
think I looked up fall movies.
All right. I'm pretty excited for that.
Yeah, we're leaving October. We're going into November. We got a pretty eclectic slate for November. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, yeah. It sounds fun. It's funny that we went from Basket Case to When Harry Met Sally.
I've never seen When Harry Met Sally.
Me neither. Maybe I have though.
Maybe you have, maybe you haven't. We'll find out next week, won't we?
Certainly. Let me tell you where we could find where you can find our music.
Where I can find it.
Yeah, where you, Robbie, can find our music.
Me, the man who can find things.
Yeah, but like just like if the listeners are if they want to, they can listen. But I'm really only talking to you.
They call me the Finder.
That's interesting. I've known you for years. I've never heard
Yeah.
anyone call you that.
Well, I'm certainly finding things on Grindr. I'm the Finder on Grindr.
What are you finding on grinding?
Dudes to fuck.
Okay. All right. Well, you could go to Spotify, you could go to Apple Music, you could go to Deezer, you could go to
Cramlorst.
Cramlorst.
Yeah.
I
They
was
have
making
they have
words
gr-
up.
they have great rates for artists actually.
Interesting.
Yeah, Cramlorst.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you type in the Royds, that's ROYDS, and you'll find a lot of songs about movies, a lot of songs not about movies. But you know what? If you go to
Hell,
TheRoyds.
fuck off.
No, it's Robbie.
Oh, sorry. I lost
Um,
myself there.
That's all right. That's all right.
We were telling the listeners to go to hell and fuck off.
Yeah, that regular segment we do at the end, where we tell the listeners to fuck off and die. You go to theroyds.bandcamp.com and you type in, you go to theroyds.bandcamp.com and you'll find all the songs. There's
You
well
can
over
type
200
in,
songs.
"Aw, shit."
You could. Something might come up. We don't know. But yeah, we got all of our songs there. That's everything, including guest songs, bonus songs, every single song the Royds have ever recorded. It's there. We appreciate you listening. Thank you so much. Send us an email. All
And
that
if you're
stuff,
not
Robbie.
listening, get on it. Get the
Yeah.
fuck on it. Get on
Yeah.
it. Get on it. I know where you
Yeah.
live.
Oh no.
Talking to you.
Oh yeah.
I know
yeah,
where
that's
you
true.
live.
You've been here. Yeah.
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 You don't know this.
Uh,
I'm in your house right now.
I do know this because I have a tracker on you.
Oh, that's weird. That's
yeah.
weird.
Yeah, I turned it on you. You thought you were being weird. Turns out I'm being weird.
Yeah. I like
And
it.
technically we're both being weird.
What a great rom-com we've got going on here.
Yeah, it's our own little When Harry Met Sally.
Two sexual deviants.
Yeah, I'll have what he's having.
We're both roofied on the floor.
Yeah. Robbie, just both get the most restful sleep. Robbie, could you tell us about the socials?
You go to Instagram. You go to Tickety Tockety. You go to the YouTube. You type in the TheRoydsBand. There we are. There we be. You listen to our music, and you'll see that we've got a lot of stuff.
And if I refuse?
That's fine. I'm really not promoting this part to you.
That's rude because I promoted our stuff directly to you.
Okay, then if you refuse, then you're being a real stinky doo-doo head.
Robbie, how dare you? You
Hey,
know my father was killed by a stinky doo-doo head.
Yeah. Do you know who your real father is? It was the stinky doo-doo head.
Oh my God, what an incredible twist.
Yeah.
Wow.
M. Night Shyamalan over here.
Wow.
You could also send us an email at roydsreview@gmail.com, and you can tell us to fuck off. That's fair, too.
Yeah, you can say, can you stop doing all that bullshit at the end?
No, this is the best part. This is what people come here for.
Sometimes it's my favorite part.
Come for the banter, stay for the songs that have already happened. That doesn't make sense, Andy.
Come for the cum, stay for the cum.
Oh, no.
We gotta wrap this up. Next week, When Harry Met Sally.
Yeah, but if you send us an email and request a movie, we'll definitely do it.
Oh, for sure.
That would fuck up our whole schedule.
We don't care. We love you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love you.
Leave it. I love you. I love them too, Robbie.
I wasn't talking to them.
God, Robbie, I love you too.
All right.
Leave a 5-star review, and you could probably request a movie in your 5-star review.
Yeah. If you ever request, you could request a movie on Instagram. On anything. If you send us a message and say, do this movie, I promise you we'll do it.
Yeah. But we appreciate you listening. Thank you so much, and we'll see you next week. We'll see his lady.
Go to hell and go fuck yourself.
That's your sign off.
No, it's not. All right, bye, everybody.